Uh, just eating my food. So, clothes, modesty. Another thing about clothes and modesty is like, if you, like, here's another disclaimer on exceptions on clothing and modesty. I am very aware that God looks at the heart. Okay? Hear me out when I say this. I am very aware that God looks at the heart. And I am very aware that God does make some exceptions when it comes to immodest clothing. Like he but please acknowledge that when you accept him into your life, he's not only in your life when it comes to swearing, the way you eat, taking care of yourself, praising him and all that stuff. He's in your life when it comes to clothes and when you go shopping too. Okay, that's based on my experience. Like he be on me when it comes to shopping. So yeah. So when it comes to that, just keep that in mind. So one thing is this: God does look at the heart when it comes to modesty and immodesty. Like let's say for example, you want to get a pleated skirt, but all the pleated skirts are mini pleated skirts. You can't find a pleated skirt that is longer. There are rarely any pleated skirts that are long, the way how God wants it to be. You can find a middle ground with God and purchase some shorts to put under those pleated skirts. Oh, uh, uh, a V-neck shirt shows a lot of cleavage. You could wear a tank top under it. Like you can make it modest. Like here's the thing about God. He does look at the heart. And even though God does make exceptions when it comes to modest and immodest clothes, he does expect us to try at least a little bit. He does expect us to try at least a little bit, little by little. Like for example, like for example, showing like for example, a long skirt but showing the shoulders, or covering the shoulders but a long skirt, something like that. Covering the cleavage, covering the cleavage, showing the thigh, hiding the thigh, showing the cleavage. Like he expects us to try little by little. It doesn't have to like how do I say this? God does show mercy on us. Like, how do I say this? Don't be so hard on yourself when your way of dressing to honoring God isn't perfect. Like when you try to honor God and it's not perfect, don't be so hard on yourself. God looks at the heart. So one thing is this: if you're somebody who likes to wear pleated skirts, but they're too short, but if you're somebody who likes to wear pleated skirts, but couldn't afford to throw them away, or couldn't afford to make a longer one, or couldn't find any long pleated skirts. You don't have to give up your sense of fashion for modesty. Like, you could just buy yourself some shorts. You could just buy yourself some shorts, make it work out. Like, like I'm talking to the Christians who are working to honor God, who like to wear pleated skirts. Like, you don't have to get rid of your sense of fashion. Like, you can just put the shorts under it. God shows mercy. God shows mercy to people who try. Okay, God shows mercy to people who try. And if you don't try, God will still show mercy. Like God will still show mercy. If you want to, like, here's the thing. If you are not Christian and you don't like dressing modestly, like, that's your choice. That's your choice. And if you don't like what I'm saying about modesty, that's totally okay. And I know what you're gonna say, like, why are you sitting here talking trash about immodest clothes? Like, think about it. Why do we have to dress immodest? Why do we have to show all the skin? Like, like, I say this as somebody who does dress immodest, sometimes. Like, think about it. Immodest clothes are uncomfortable. You wear a low cut shirt and you cannot bend over without covering your chest. Mini skirts without shorts. You can't bend over without showing your underwear. You can't do anything without showing your underwear. You can't even close your legs. You can't even sit comfortably in a mini skirt without shorts on. People say that immodesty, showing all that skin, means confidence, but if that's the case, then why are we wearing clothes in the first place? We may as well be naked, and you guys don't have the guts to do that. When we dress modest, it's much more comfortable. When we wear a skirt that's long enough, like, to show our ankles, we could sit however we want. We could sit with our legs as wide as we want. And we don't have to worry about nobody looking up our skirts. We can bend down. We can do a whole lot of stuff. Uh, High neck, like, modest shirts. You don't have to cover your chest with your hand when you bend down. Uh, uh, how do I say this? How do I say this? Um, shirt, sleeveless shirts. Sleeveless shirts. We do not have to worry about shaving. We do not have to worry about shaving, like, because, like, body hair, like, armpit hair protects us from chafing. Armpit hair protects us from chafing. And it's like, and it's like, um, we can raise our arms as often as we want. We can raise our arms as often as we want with long sleeves, and we don't have to worry about nobody looking up our armpits. Um, long shirts that are not baby shirts. We don't have nobody looking at our stomach hairs. Looking at our stomach hairs like it just doesn't look cute. So, yeah, like modest clothes are much more comfortable. You can just you can just you could just relax. You don't have to worry about putting yourself in random positions, putting yourself in all these different positions, trying to trying to trying to cover like trying to cover your underwear, trying to cover your boobs and all that stuff. So it's like, think about it. You'd be like, why do we need to dress modest? Like, why do we need to dress immodest? Immodest clothes are uncomfortable. And our intimate, private parts are a mystery. Like, when it comes to our intimate, private parts, like, and it's not just men, women too. Well, it's not just women, men too. You know what I'm saying? Both genders. Our body parts are literally a mystery. Are literally a mystery. We don't have to, like, it's literally a mystery. So, yeah. So, back to what I was saying to all the fellow Christians, like, I know that God looks at the heart. I know very well that God looks at the heart. I know that God makes some exceptions. Just please understand that when you have God in your life, He's going to be in your life not only when it comes to worshiping Him, praising Him, serving Him. He's going to be in your life when it comes to serving Him through clothing too. And another thing, if you have like a different taste of clothing and you can't find the modest clothes, the God honoring clothes that God wants, and you can't find the God honoring clothes that God wants you to get, you don't have to give up your sense of fashion in order for the perfect outfit. Just make like, just buy like yourself extra clothes to make it modest. Like, how do I say this? Find a way to make it modest. But if it got satanic symbols, avoid it no matter what. Don't, because these satanic symbols in these outfits are a safe place for the enemy to harass you and give you nightmares and stuff. But one thing, if you do buy that one with satanic outfits, if you have a machine that washes that print off, that satanic design off completely, that washes that satanic design off completely, and then you put something God honoring on it to replace it, there you go. Gave you another life hack. So, yeah. God bless.